Hey, welcome to We've Been Drinking MMA. This is the recap of UFC Fight Night Barboza, Yusuff. This was the first fight on the card, and it was Ashley Yoder versus Emily Ducote. Ashley Ducote won this fight. All three scorecards, she won all three, and it was 30-27, 29-28, 29-28, and I think it was a little bit closer fight than what the judges gave credit for. Round one, Yoder won. It was something like 17 strikes to 5. She won that. She even had a big head kick that landed flush late in the round. Round two, Emily Ducote just started landing overhand rights and a beautiful left counters. The timing, the patience was beautiful in round two for her. She started really getting that timing down, and she won round two handily with some big right hands. And then round three I would think it was actually pretty close, but Ducote just did a little bit more damage with some overhand rights again. Again, the timing was excellent. She was the favorite going into this fight for a reason, and she just showed that she's just a little bit better on the damage. The leg kicks were a little bit more clean, and she just landed the bigger shots in the end. And I would deserve victory, but I think it was pretty close. I honestly thought that the fight could have gone either way. In my opinion, that third round was close, but all three gave it to Ducote. So thank you so much for listening. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you. Hey, this is the second fight on the UFC Fight Night Barboza Yusuff. It was Chris Gutierrez versus Alateng Ele, and Chris Gutierrez won this fight. All three judges' scorecards, it was 30-27, 29-28, and 29-28 for Chris Gutierrez, the ranked fighter, the favorite. He just won this fight, really dominating every round with his leg kicks. I mean, you kind of expected this, right, Lassie? We were thinking, hey, Chris Gutierrez is going to land those leg kicks. He landed some big ones in round one. Big ones in round two, and then round three, was it round three, bud, where he literally hit Alateng's left leg was red.
Yeah.
It looked like someone put paint on it. It was that red.
It looks like he was trying to sneak in like a sack full of golf balls on the side of his calf.
Yeah,
so it's looking like.
It was crazy. So Gutierrez controlled it with the distance and the timing of just leg kicks. Alateng was just a little bit too slow.
Yep.
And
he was trying to close a distance, and every time he tried that, he got leg kicked.
I think he just ran into like a really great ranked fighter, Chris Gutierrez, with those leg kicks.
Couldn't close the distance.
You want to talk about a guy who has got special abilities? Those leg kicks are special.
Yep. He just couldn't close the distance, and every time he tried, he just got outworked in there.
Yeah,
and,
I mean,
the third round is the only time he actually tried to use his wrestling. He tried
takedowns.
He
two takedowns.
Should have tried from jump.
In your opinion, what do you think the score was? All three rounds for Chris, or easily, right? Because again, in this era,
are you asking me who won the fight? Or are you asking?
Yeah, but round by round.
I think it was 29-28.
Oh, last round.
I think because of the takedowns. But
okay, but also with damage with that leg being red, it was crazy, right? So you could even the third round, you could go either way, right?
Yeah, because he kept
the damage.
Yeah, he didn't do anything with those takedowns.
Exactly.
And then when they're up, Chris was winning.
Exactly. So the damage goes to Chris on all three rounds. And if you wanted to maybe give Alateng the third round because he got a couple takedowns, and kept him down for maybe 30 seconds, was it? That was it. So thanks for joining us for this recap. Again, Chris Gutierrez won this fight 30-27, 29-28, 29-28. A great performance by him, and he holds his ranking.
Yeah, he's going to move up now a little bit.
Definitely showing that he's improving, and the distance was great, and his patience was perfect.
Yes.
Appreciate the listening, guys. Hey, this is We've Been Drinking MMA. This is the third fight on the UFC Fight Night Barboza Yusuff, and we are doing this recap. It was Alekseeva versus Melissa Dixon, and Melissa Dixon won this fight. I think it was 2-1. Basically, round one, Alekseeva dropped Melissa Dixon with a big right hand. Melissa Dixon recovered pretty decently. She was bloody in the first round and she got dropped. It looked kind of bad for her, but she got the takedown late in the round to show that she was still there. Round two, Dixon had a big right hand on Alekseeva, and Alekseeva stumbled back, and then Melissa Dixon's a little bit more of a wrestler, so she mounted her completely, took her back and was dangerous with the hooks. Didn't finish the fight, but had Alekseeva dangerously hurt. And in round three, what kind of happened with there, man? It was kind of back and forth a little bit. Alekseeva kind of had her in like a bulldog choke situation for a little bit. Then Dixon kind of went for a takedown and just kind of owned her on the ground as far as grappling, didn't she?
That's right. You could tell by the third round, like 10 seconds into it, like Alekseeva had no gas left in her tank.
Yeah, this was
like she was barely moving around. She barely even had her hands up.
Man, and Melissa Dixon showed why she's an undefeated fighter and still undefeated. This was her first fight in the UFC, and it just goes to show you, man, an undefeated fighter, they find ways to win, don't they?
That control time was crazy.
That was amazing.
Plus she was like active on top. She wasn't just laying on the top.
Yeah, this girl is in the future. I think we're fans of her. We became fans tonight.
Yeah, just tonight we just became Melissa Dixon fans for sure.
I mean, she is a fighter who keeps on going, keeps throwing. She's getting better from fight to fight. Her ground control is amazing, and she's starting to ground and pound stronger every fight.
Yes.
This is amazing. And her stand-up wasn't horrible. She did knock Alekseeva, stumbled her.
Yep, stumbled her in the second round there.
And listen,
she was timing
Yeah.
Alekseeva because Alekseeva was like
and that means
bulldog
a lot,
barrel through it, and she was timing it. So boom, boom.
She timed her with a counter off the other Alekseeva, the experienced striker. Alekseeva was brawling with some combinations, and Dixon just timed her, didn't she?
That's right.
Crazy, man. Crazy fight. Unbelievable fight.
Good fight.
Fun start to the night. Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, and comment, please, for the YouTube algorithm.
Thanks, everybody.
This We've Been Drinking MMA. They were breaking down we're doing a recap of the Terrance McKinney versus, what was the other guy's name? He got knocked out in 20 seconds. Who knows? Who knows? Terrance McKinney knocked out this guy in 20 seconds. He dropped him in 5 seconds. No disrespect, but he did drop him with a knee. The other guy was punching. McKinney grabbed his neck with a clinch and just one knee up the middle.
Yeah, that's right. And then he just fell over.
Fell over.
Yep. And then we thought the fight was done, but then he came forward, and then the guy grabbed him, and a couple hammer fists.
Yeah.
He turned over, a couple more hammer fists, then he was like, turned limp.
Do you think the ref could have stopped a little bit earlier?
I think after the first couple hammer fists, after he got to him,
he couldn't recover. And
he was kind of defending himself, but it wasn't. Let's be realistic.
Let's be realistic.
It was over.
McKinney. So the damage was so strong that literally at the end of the hammer fist and the extra punches, the guy was completely asleep.
Yeah.
For at least 10 seconds. Completely asleep.
I think he was asleep after the knee.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Like when he was falling down, it looked like he wasn't there. And then when he hit the ground, he kind of like, oh.
Totally. Man, so that was a quick recap, quick breakdown. It was a 20-second fight. Nothing really much else to say. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm.
Thanks, everybody.
As We've Been Drinking MMA, we're doing the UFC Fight Night recaps, and this is the 4th fight on the Barboza Yusuff card. This is Tainara, Lisboa versus Ravena Oliveira, and Lisboa won this fight 2 rounds to 1 on all 3 judges' scorecards. The first 2 rounds went to Lisboa. It really just takedowns, right? She was doing more damage in the first round, and then finished.
When there was striking, which wasn't much.
Yeah, it wasn't
much. When there was,
Lisboa
was winning those exchanges.
And then on top of that, Ravena Oliveira, this was her first fight in the UFC. She went for a takedown, which was smart, but then Lisboa ended up on top in round 1.
That's right.
And that's why Lisboa won round 1 with the grappling, the wrestling, and the punching. Round 2, she just took her down immediately.
Yes.
And she just held her against the cage basically the whole round.
That's correct.
And ground and pounded. The punches weren't too hard, but just enough to just score points. And round 3, you saw Ravena do this kind of a fake knee.
Fake knee, and then like a right cross or left cross or something, which landed really flush. And that's what gave her control of that round in general.
Definitely.
The corner must have said something to her, like, you're down, you need to do something now.
Yeah, smart. Let's go through one of our things that we trained for, which was a nice fake knee to the cross. Landed smart, and that set the tone for the 3rd round. She won in the striking just a little bit, and she took round 3. Ultimately, though, rounds 1 and 2 went to Lisboa. It was a good 3rd round. It was a good showing for Ravena for her first fight in the UFC, but Lisboa just showed the experience. She was the favorite in this fight to win, and she showed it. She had the experience. She was in the UFC for, and she had how many wins? Like 1 or 2 wins.
Yeah.
But she showed it that she was just a little bit better. Appreciate the listening. Please like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm.
Thanks, everybody.
As We've Been Drinking MMA, we are doing the UFC fight recap for Darren Elkins and TJ Brown, part of this UFC Fight Night Barboza Yusuff, and Darren Elkins won this fight.
And he dominated.
He dominated, man. 39-year-old man, a veteran in the UFC, been around for years, like almost 10 years probably.
Yeah, he was ready to go from jump.
Yeah, I mean, he said he was in the post-fight interview, in the cage, he said that he'd been injured the last 2 fights, which makes so much sense.
Why he was so slow.
Yeah, me and Lousy thought that Darren Elkins was going to lose because of that, and in reality, he was just going through injuries. He's healed up now. He looked great.
He looked great.
Takedowns were great. Transitions were phenomenal. Even when T.J. Brown took Elkins down, Elkins somehow reversed it and got on top.
Reversed it, yeah.
He just knew how to do things. He was ground and pounding.
Well, it also shows the IQ of T.J. in this fight. Like, he felt like Elkins always taking him down. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna grapple with him some more. It's like it just doesn't make any sense.
T.J. Brown is the striker. He's good off his back, but he's not a wrestler per se. And he's a striker, and he decided, hey, Elkins is out grappling me. I'm gonna go and try and out wrestle the wrestler instead of standing up and striking. And he was in the second round. He actually leg kicked Elkins
stumble,
and he made Elkins stumble, and Elkins just was not walking right after that. But then TJ, just with the IQ, did not do the right things. He decided to initiate the grappling.
Just kept it standing, but it didn't work.
And Elkins won pretty much all 3 rounds.
Elkins played,
and then he submitted him.
Yeah,
and then he took his back in the 3rd round and he choked him out, and it looked like TJ Brown just wanted a way out. So
Elkins made Brown fight his fight.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened, guys. It was a very interesting performance, gutsy performance by Darren after he took that leg kick. I think it was in the 2nd round. And he just had so much heart, so much will, and just so happy for the guy that at the age of 39, he is back. And, good to hear that he is injury-free. And I'm excited to watch Darren fight again.
Yes.
And,
those fighters in general.
They're old school vets.
They're gritty and they just keep coming forward.
I remember 10 years ago, Elkins, I was like, man, this guy's a great fighter. And then, he just wasn't looking good the last 2 fights.
Time gets us all.
Time gets us all. 39 years old. Resurgence here against TJ Brown, who had a good last performance versus Bill Algeo, a top 15 fighter at 145. And Elkins just beat TJ Brown. So what does that make Elkins? Hey, Elkins is still here, and he should be able to maybe fight a ranked fighter, shouldn't he? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe if he wants. So great job, Darren Elkins. So happy for you, and appreciate everybody listening.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, comment.
For that YouTube algorithm, thank you so much. So we've been drinking MMA. This is the UFC recap for the Rodriguez-Cameron Saaiman fight. Christian Rodriguez, Cameron Saaiman. And Christian Rodriguez won this fight. I believe it's 30-27 on all the scorecards, so he won all 3 rounds. He just controlled the fight. In round 1, he got the takedown early. He was winning on the feet as well, which was so unexpected, right, Lousy?
Very much so. He made Saaiman fight his fight, though. Wherever he wanted to do, it was his fight to do.
Yeah,
so,
in the 2nd round, same deal. Like Christian Rodriguez threw a knee and then a right cross. It landed flush. He got the takedown late, middle of the round, late in the round, and
it was fun to watch. That was a good fight.
Yeah, dude, he rocked Saaiman in the 2nd round. Actually, rocked him where Saaiman.
Stumbled.
I don't think anyone would have bet on Christian Rodriguez rocking Saaiman.
No way.
And Saaiman was literally stumbling back a little bit.
Yeah.
He caught his feet back. That was good by Saaiman, that toughness that he showed, the grit. And then round 3, again, all Rodriguez. Some people could have thought maybe round 2 possibly, but the fact that Saaiman got rocked by Rodriguez, you got to give the 2nd round to Rodriguez in our opinion.
Control time, whatever you want to say.
On the ground, the damage, on the feet. Round 3, Christian Rodriguez landed an elbow. You're kidding me? Spinning back fist landed. Yeah. Everything was landing, bro. Straight punches. He gets a takedown late in the round to cinch the 3rd round and close the fight.
Yeah, that was such a good showing for Rodriguez.
He looks.
I'm looking forward to his future.
Hey man, he beat Rosas handily, who had a huge hype behind him, and just knocked out his opponent in like 20 seconds in Rosas in his last fight. So Rodriguez beat him, and Rosas is still winning.
Yes.
He beat Saaiman, who was undefeated. And he won every round against this kid. And this was a 50-50 fight.
People are very high on Saaiman.
Dude, people were lighting up the comments on our highlight prediction videos. Check those fights, those highlights and prediction videos out, guys, by the way. Show us some love on We've Been Drinking MMA. But listen, Rodriguez controlled that fight start to finish. On the feet, on the ground, against the fence, everywhere. He had Saaiman in some chokes in the 3rd.
Yes.
Got close to finish. He had some Darce chokes in. It was dangerous for Saaiman all night, man. And Saaiman didn't throw one significant strike to Rodriguez's head. The most significant strikes were some leg kicks, maybe a body kick.
Yeah, body kick.
Maybe one punch landed in round 2, maybe. I mean, it was just nothing for
his
Saaiman.
Top tier striking is his kicks, and then we didn't see him.
No, because you know what? Rodriguez is great at being elusive, and people didn't
close the distance.
I think people underestimated, including me, the Rodriguez's ability to close the distance, not let Saaiman have the kicking range, and then kind of swarm what's his name, Saaiman at the right times, and Saaiman just showed that his inexperience. You know, like after you get hit, what are you gonna do? Because he's been knocking people out like in Contender Series clean, but other than that, UFC, it's been not very clean, like TKOs and things like that. So that's the comment I made on the prediction video. I know some people were saying Saaiman is gonna go by KO, but I'm telling you, like the kid needs to work on his fundamental punching because he needs to strike in the open space, not just get somebody against the cage
set
and
it up.
one lucky punch. It's got to be set up like the way Lousy just said. Right, it's got to be set up with a combination. Maybe a punch to the body, get him thinking about the body, then go to the head. But anyways, good luck to Saaiman improving. He's going to learn a lot from this.
He's going to learn. He's still way young.
He's green, and Rodriguez just taught him a lesson. And Rodriguez deserves somebody like in the top 20, 25 now and start moving up because Rodriguez looked great.
Yeah.
Striking was
I'm
solid
looking
too.
forward to his fights.
Listen, thank you so much for listening to this recap of Christian Rodriguez and his win, all 3 rounds over the young gun, Cameron Saaiman. Please like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algo.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.
Hey, this is We've Been Drinking MMA. We're doing the UFC fight recap for Michel Pereira versus Andre Petroski at 185 pounds. This is for the UFC Fight Night Barboza Yusuff. And Michel Pereira was the winner with a round 1 KO victory. It was
microwave fight.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
They got close. A lot of people thought Petroski was the first round monster, but then Michel Pereira showed he was the first round monster tonight, and he threw a big right hook. It was just a short punch. Just short punch that landed flush.
And then just buckled him.
Knocked the other guy down.
Yeah.
And then just like maybe 4 or 5 punches at most. And it was done. I mean, that guy, over. After probably 1 ground and pound punch, it was basically, Petroski was basically pretty much out of it.
30 seconds of feeling each other out, and then boom, over. Yeah, Pereira had one huge leg kick to the stomach.
Yeah.
Where you hear the snap. You're like, oh, this is going to be dangerous. Wow. And then, like, 10 seconds later, boom.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. Like, it's crazy that, I mean, Pereira deserves some respect that, like, he's not just a guy who wins by decision. That was a crazy KO.
He's not a gatekeeper.
Man, he's got power. He's working on that power. That short punch was beautiful. And just want to say thank you so much for listening. And please like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algo.
Please and thank you.
So we've been drinking MMA. We are doing a UFC fight recap for Jonathan Martinez versus Adrian Yanez. It was supposed to be a barn burner. Martinez stopped Yanez with TKO by leg kicks in round 2. Man, he just threw like 30, 40 leg kicks in round 1 and 2. It was just crazy. And Yanez, at the end, he even tried to like switch from orthodox to southpaw and get his left leg away because his left leg was getting kicked. He still somehow Martinez found the back left leg, and he's just like, I'm hitting your leg, and even if it's in the back now. And
don't matter.
Dude, Martinez honestly showed that his leg kicks are just nothing to be messed with. Like
Gaethje style.
Gaethje, he's improved the power, hasn't he? It was good last fight against Saeed, but against Yanez, those leg kicks were amazing, man. And man, he went after, like, felt like he was going after the nerve, which is right.
He was going after the knee, for
sure.
like
right next to the knee, there's like that nerve that can really shut off the
O'Malley nerve.
Yanez was like left leg was shaking, and he felt that sort of limping thing in the first 2 minutes of the first round. He felt it a little bit.
We were watching it, and you're like, as soon as he got hit, and he started
leg was shaking.
You're like, oh no,
oh my god, like literally Martinez maybe is becoming, like, a lot of people say like, okay, that's a precision striker for punching. He's becoming a precision leg kicker, and I think he's attacking the little nerve that can shut off the leg. And turn it off. That was crazy.
Light switch.
Crazy. Martinez is like, I think he's like honestly tapping into really, really high IQ precision timing with leg kicks now.
Well, he's going to be close to top 10.
Top 10 guy.
Maybe 11 around there.
Yeah, exactly. He looks like a guy who's number 11, number 10 now. He looks like it. Can't wait to see him fight again.
He's 14 or 15. I can't remember which one.
Yanez could have stopped after 20 leg kicks to that left leg, and he took another 15 or 20. It was unbelievable.
Especially when he got knocked down the first time. He could have been like...
Yeah, he went down. He went down
twice.
Wow.
And the third time, the ref was like, no more.
unbelievable performance by Martinez. I don't even think he landed maybe one punch. Yanez was trying to come up with some combinations, and they were hitting mostly glove, but some of them did hit some head.
Some got through.
And he was like, oh shoot, oh damn, and he went to the body a couple times, a couple punches that were good, but
Martinez was like, I'm done with this.
The problem was that Martinez was the faster fighter a little bit, but Yanez was actually moving fast in the beginning of the fight.
Yeah,
really, a lot faster than he normally.
Rabbit.
He was going faster than he normally was, but Martinez just freaking found the timing so early. That's what I look at Martinez and you go, oh, he's a guy who maybe gets better as the fight goes on, but goddamn, he was great in the first round. Yeah. I mean, I'm so high on Martinez to just see him improve from fight to fight. Don't know what is in store for him next, but I'm so excited to see him fight.
Is the reason why you're so high on Martinez is because I picked Yanez?
Partially. I said Lousy's picking Yanez. Let's go Martinez. This was our fight of the night, and I think it did deliver. It was exciting from start to finish. Even though it lasted maybe 1.5 rounds, it was exciting.
Yes.
And Yanez was in the fight. I thought he was limping, and I thought like 2/3 way into round 1, I thought Yanez was done. Yanez came back in the second round, tried to go for a takedown. He fought, man. He tried. And he threw some good combos.
He was in there to fight.
Yeah, he went down swinging.
It did not work.
Unbelievable toughness. Thank you guys so much for listening to this recap of Martinez's win in the second round TKO by leg kicks. Yeah. Can't believe it was leg kicks again. He did it against Cub 3-4 fights ago, and then he did it against a top 12 fighter, like who's in his prime, Yanez. So great fight, and can't wait to see Martinez again, and hopefully Yanez gets that leg healed. Unbelievable effort, and thank you so much for listening, and please like, subscribe, and comment for that YouTube algo.
One more thing. If you guys want us to keep doing these recaps after the fight, let us know. Comment, please. Thank you.
As we've been drinking MMA, and this is the UFC fight recap of the co-main event, which was Jennifer Maia versus Viviane Araujo on the UFC Fight Night Barboza versus Yusuff. This is the co-main event again. So Jennifer Maia and Viviane Araujo had a very close fight in our opinions, but Viviane Araujo won 29-28. Honestly, round 1 and 3 could have honestly gone either way. They were very close rounds. Round 2, Viviane Araujo definitely won. She just took Maia down. Maia popped back up, then Araujo just took her down one more time and stayed for like 3 minutes on top. And so she won round 2. Round 1, it was very close on strikes. And I think maybe Araujo did a little bit more damage on her punches, and maybe that's why they gave it to her. And then round 3, again, very close. I think Maia landed a few more strikes, but then at the end, Maia took Araujo down, but then Araujo ended up on top. And I think sometimes when it's a close round, the way you finish the round is a lot of times maybe how the judges are scoring. That's how it happens in boxing too. Like you can steal a round when it's close.
Yep.
So ultimately, I thought the fight could go either way. I thought round 1 and 3 were close, but I thought round 3 was the decider, and Maia maybe did enough, but it was close, and Araujo getting the nod totally makes sense. At the same time, being unbiased, even though we picked Maia, but listen, overall, it was a pretty fun fight in round 1 and 3 at least for the striking.
It was a very close fight in general.
Maia was throwing.
I was really surprised about that.
Araujo was throwing with a slightly more damage, definitely, but sometimes Maia would outland her and throw like 3 punches that land. You know.
I mean, Maia was first.
Maia was first a lot. The leg kicks in round 1 I thought would have given her round 1 because she was throwing leg kicks and landing with pretty hard, and Araujo wasn't throwing as many leg kicks, so. It felt like Maia probably won round 1 and round 3 could go either way, but it looks
Don't leave it to the judges.
Yeah, it looks like the judges might have given round 1. I think round 1 and 3 were the deciding rounds, and they were tough to score. Overall, it was a fun affair, but overall, the damage from Maia just wasn't enough, I think, overall, and that's what the judges kind of gave to Araujo, did a little bit more damage.
For sure.
So thank you so much for listening, and please like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algo.
Thanks, everybody.
Hey, this is We've Been Drinking MMA. Thank you for joining us. This is the UFC fight recap of the main event.
Main event here.
Edson Barboza versus Sodiq Yusuff.
My man Ro's gonna.
Yeah, he's gonna talk a little bit about it.
He has some info for you guys.
I mean, it was Sodiq Yusuff knocked down Edson Barboza. We thought for sure he was going to knock out Edson after the knockdown. Edson looked completely out of it. He looked like he was literally rocked for like 2 minutes straight. It was unbelievable that he even stayed on his feet. Sodiq looked like he was going to finish him. It didn't happen, but Sodiq definitely won the first round 10-8. Round 2 was very close. but we thought Yusuff did more damage. They ended up giving the second round to Barboza, though. Round 3, Barboza it was a spinning head kick and knocked down. It clipped him. It wasn't completely clean, but it knocked down Yusuff, and then Barboza looked like he was almost finished. So they gave the 10-8 round to Barboza in round 3. Round 4, Barboza actually outstruck him by 17 strikes, but I believe that Sodiq did more damage, and a lot of Barboza's punches didn't have much on them. So I thought actually Sodiq won, but they gave that round to Barboza, and then round 5 they gave to Barboza as well because it was a close round, but then Barboza got 3 takedowns in the last minute.
Yep.
So they gave
3 consecutive takedowns. Get up, takedown,
so this is
get
the
up,
craziest
takedown.
thing. All 3 judges gave round 2, 3, 4, and 5 to Barboza. Even though 2 of them were close in those rounds, they gave all 4 of those rounds to Barboza, and 2 judges gave 10-8 for round 1 for Yusuff, and then 1 judge gave 10-9 for Yusuff. So it ended up being like a weird scorecard. But overall, wow, 4 rounds to Barboza they gave. It was unbelievable.
49-46.
Bro, 49-46, 49-46, and then the last one, yeah, it was like I don't even know, I forgot the scoring, but that's how it was, is that they gave, one of them didn't give 10-8 to Yusuff, which is insane to me, because he almost destroyed him in that fucking first round.
Yeah, it was almost over in like the first minute and a half.
Overall, though, guys, like honestly, when you're looking back on it, you look at the strike count, and really then round 3 is definitely Barboza's. He knocked down Yusuff. Round 4, I understand because he outstruck him by 17 strikes on the strike count.
Round 5.
And then round 5, he got the 3 takedowns at the end of the round to steal that round. So I understand that you can give him 3 rounds, but round 2, it was even on the strike count, even on UFC.com, but Yusuff clearly did more damage on all the punches. So, in my opinion, Yusuff definitely won round 2, and round 1 was obvious 10-8 for Yusuff. You can give, round 3, of course, was Barboza's. You can even say 10-8. Round 5, you can say give it to Barboza with the 3 takedowns at the end, but round 4 to me is the deciding round in this fight. And round 4, in my opinion, even though the stats say that Barboza had 17 more strikes or so than Yusuff, if you looked at the punches that Barboza was throwing, they were barely landing and did almost nothing. It was almost touching the opponent.
Yeah.
And Yusuff, every time he was hitting, even though he had 17 less strikes, he still had about 30, 35 strikes, and Barboza just happened to get like 50 something. But Yusuff's every punch he was doing, they were exchanging. Barboza had nothing on it. He would miss or barely touch Yusuff, and Yusuff would throw with actual some power, and it was landing flush on the face of Barboza. So in my opinion, I picked Barboza, so I have no bias. I actually thought Sodiq Yusuff won round 4, even though he got outstruck because of the damage factor. Like, actually not even that hard for me to say that. And then round 2 was even on the strike count, but that was Sodiq Yusuff in my opinion because it was more damage on all the strikes in that whole round. And then round 1 obviously for Yusuff. So in my opinion, I thought Yusuff won. Who do you think won, Lousy?
I think Edson won.
Really?
Yeah.
The fight?
First round is obvious.
Yes.
Second round, I saw a lot of slowing down Sodiq. For striking and his overall movement. Okay. He wasn't moving like he was in the first round.
That's true. And he was getting backed up.
Yeah.
So that looks bad.
In the third round, he got knocked down.
Okay.
That fight out was ended in the third round.
It almost did, yeah.
And then the fourth round, and then the fifth round were
so you feel said. Edson gets 2 and 3?
No, I'm not saying that.
No,
but I'm just saying I just saw a lot of slowing down.
Got you, and you can see that Barboza
with his striking was just the same as Edson's.
Barboza definitely round 3 and 5, and then on top of that, Yusuff slowing down in round 2. It looks like Barboza could have won 3, if not 4 rounds, maybe. So something like that.
Yeah.
And then Barboza. So overall, the story of the fight, you thought Yusuff was slowing down after round 1, and Barboza was picking up.
You could tell in the corner after the first round.
Yeah.
He was really breathing deeply.
Right.
Even though
he was.
Yeah.
He was.
He was doing a lot of
But
mouth
do you
breathing.
feel ultimately that this could have even, just as how great they both fought and how much heart they had, that ultimately even a draw wouldn't have been a horrible outcome? Just how
Not at all.
How great the fight was.
That was a fight of the night type candidate.
To me, I don't think Yusuff loses any stock. I think he should hold his head up high. He's fighting against a legend in Edson Barboza. Been in the company for 15 years, 13 years, and Edson has amazing knockouts against top 5, top 10 opponents.
Almost got him out of there.
Over 13 years of knockouts.
He almost got him out.
And he almost knocked out Edson Barboza in the first round.
That's right.
And even if you can say that Barboza won, it was still a close fight. So like Yusuff has, I don't think anything really, and he got caught by a spinning kick to the head, right in the third round.
That was painful.
But that was near the end of the round.
Ooh.
If Yusuff would have just kind of stayed away, things like that, like Barboza landing that, I understand. Like it's like 2020 hindsight's 2020. But my God, Yusuff just changes some things and he can win that fight. And Yusuff, I think, should actually hold his head high because Barboza is definitely top 7 in this 145-pound division in the UFC.
I still think Yusuff is dangerous.
He's dangerous. I think Yusuff showed me that he can go 5 rounds and still look good in the 4th round, and in the 5th round he looked good too.
Yeah.
So, man, thank you so much for listening to this breakdown. Please like, subscribe, and really comment. I'm curious to see
really
what
interested in what
people
you guys think about this.
Who do you think won, and which rounds, and how do you think the judges perceived it? I just want to talk about it and just see some comments. And I can't wait after our recaps to go watch other people's recaps.
Yeah.
I'm just curious on the comments.
I'm interested in how other people thought about this as well.
YouTube comment. I want to read all the comments. Like, what happened? I am shocked and confused. But we were entertained. We were all entertained by the beautiful main event. It was super fun, and I just hope next week is going to be fun with Makachev.
Next week is pretty much
Volkanovski, second super fight.
Ikram is going to fight.
Oh, man. Chimaev is fighting Usman at 185 pounds in the co-main event on 1 week notice, and 1 week notice for Volkanovski stepping up against Makachev. Yeah. I am just super excited. We're ordering it. We're going to do the same thing with the recaps. I hope you enjoyed this recap, and we'll catch you next week. Appreciate you guys
Let us know how
listening.
we're doing.
Please let us know. And like, subscribe, comment, please, for that YouTube algo.